Hey authors, welcome to Author Nation. I am Melody Ann, your host, and today we're going to be talking about publishing versus distribution. I think a lot of authors kind of lump them together and they're different things, and the nuances. This is really important because having your book published doesn't mean it's in bookstores. And so we're going to go through the difference between publishing and distribution. We're also going to look at both of those things in terms of traditional publishing, self-publishing, and hybrid publishing, so that when you come to publish your book, you'll make good decisions for yourself and your book. Let's start with what is book publishing. It sounds really simple, but I want to describe that so we can compare it to distribution so it's really clear what the differences are. So publishing involves preparing a book for its release. So you want to edit it, you want to design it, you want to format it, you want to print it. And so you can look at it in terms of traditional publishing. So if you go to a traditional publisher, so you submit your work, they choose you, and then they take on the responsibility of doing the publishing. So their responsibilities would be editing your manuscript, designing your cover, formatting it, getting the ISBNs, overseeing the printing process. But if you're self-published, that means that you are empowered to take control of that entire publishing process on your own, right from editing, right through to printing. So you're going to handle the editing, you're going to handle the cover design, you're going to handle the formatting, you're going to choose your distribution channels. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't mean you have to actually make the cover yourself. It means you hire the cover designer. It doesn't mean you're going to do all the editing yourself. It means you are going to hire your editors. So here's the thing. This is a quote I love. The good news about self-publishing is you get to do everything yourself. The bad news about self-publishing is you get to do everything yourself. That's a quote from Lori Lesko, and I think it really clearly defines what it's like to be a self-published or indie author. All right, let's look at hybrid publishing. Hybrid publishing blends elements from traditional publishing and self-publishing. Think of it as a team of the publishing company and the author. So the author pays something to the hybrid publisher, but the hybrid publisher also needs to have skin in the game. The author doesn't pay for the full thing. So they both have an investment. They both have skin in the game, the author and the publisher. And what does the hybrid publisher do? Whatever the author and the publisher have agreed that the publisher is responsible for. So for more information about hybrid publishing, I really strongly recommend you look at the Independent Book Publishers Association, the IBPA's hybrid publisher criteria. I'm going to drop the link to that in the description, because if you are going hybrid, it is important that you understand what that means, because there are lots of people out there who call themselves publishers, and you want to make good choices and not lose your money. All right, what is book distribution? Distribution is the mechanism that makes that book available to readers across many channels and many platforms. So let's explore how this is different than publishing. So for traditional publishers, they have a distribution system in place. They have relationships with retailers. They manage the logistics. They employ a sales team, and they conduct marketing campaigns to maximize the sales of their books. So what does that mean? Relationship with retailers. That means that their sales team knows people in the bookstores, in the bookstores, they know the buyers. So Mary on the sales team calls Bob, the buyer in a bookstore, and says, hey, I got a great book for you. You're going to love it. And he talks it up and convinces Bob that he wants to buy 20 books because they're going to fly off the shelves. Logistics. That means that they print the book, they warehouse the book, although with print on demand, warehousing isn't what it used to be, and they ship the books to distribution centers or to stores, or from their distribution center to stores. So if Barnes & Noble is going to buy if every Barnes & Noble outlet is going to buy 20 copies of your book, your publisher prints them, ships them, sells them first off, and then gets them into the store. And then On top of that, marketing support. So if you have a new book out and you have a traditional publisher, they may create posters or do other marketing things to help gain visibility and also boost sales. So if you go into a store and you see a poster about a book, that's not from the author, well, unless it's an indie author. That's from the publishing house. That's from their marketing team. So they all work together, and then according to your agreement, they also have international reach. Now, some publishing agreements are limited geographically or limited per format, so it depends on what your publishing agreement looks like. All right, self-published authors distribution. Let's look at this. Very different from a traditional publishing house. This traditional publishing house has been around a while. It has all of these relationships that self-published authors just don't have. So what do self-publishers do? They rely on online retailers. They rely on print on demand services. They rely on ebook platforms. They rely on direct sales, and sometimes they have expanded distribution networks as well. I'm going to do a video on that. I will drop the link in the description to that. So if you want to explore what expanded distribution means, you'll have that opportunity with that. So that's how they reach their audience. They're not doing the whole logistics and well, they're doing all the logistics, but they don't have a warehouse and they don't have a sales team and all of those things. So what does this look like? Online retailers, Amazon, Smashwords. So your book is available on online retailers who they probably use print on demand to get books to their clients. Direct sales. You can offer your books, your audiobook, your ebook, and your print book direct from your from your website, and do the selling yourself, whether on social media or through book signings or events or whatever it is that you do, speaking gigs, whatever it is you do, you can have direct sales, which means you're responsible for the marketing. And again, expanded distribution channels. I'll pop a video on that, the link in the description, but that means the kind of expanded distribution options. That might be academic institutions, it might be libraries, it might be additional retailers. For example, if you have a book on fishing, the expanded distribution might be to stores that sell fishing tackle, just as an example. All right, hybrid distribution. Remember, the hybrid approach is it's a blend of elements of traditional and self-publishing models. So it offers authors a combination of professional publishing services and still some greater control, which means distribution is a little bit more flexible. But that said, a good hybrid publisher will have its own distribution channels. It should have at least one salesperson who knows people in some of the bigger bookstores so they can talk up their books. They may have online retail partnerships. They may have print on demand services, and they may have expanded distribution networks, which means the author needs to be involved. In hybrid, you must be involved. In self-publishing, if you're not involved, you're not selling books. In hybrid, you must be involved as part of the deal. In traditional, they certainly want you to be involved. They look for authors who are willing to work to sell books because that's how they make their money. Just a word on hybrid. So if a publisher makes all of their money from the author, they don't have a lot of skin in the game, right? They don't have a lot of interest in selling the book. But if they share the royalties and they also share the risk, the financial risk, now they have skin in the game. Now they're going to work with you to really market it. So think about that when you're choosing a hybrid publisher. So publishing and distribution are different, but they're both integral parts of the book publishing process. And it's important that you understand the difference so that when you are asking questions of publishers, you can figure out the best fit for yourself. So I hope this has helped you. And I'm going to try something new today. This is something I've been adding to my blog version, and I wanted to add this here, taking action. What do you do now? So I have 3 suggestions on your next steps in your publishing journey if this video resonated with you. So 1, outline your publishing plan. When this video is over, stop, take 5 minutes, jot down what jumped out at you. Jot down what's important to you and start kind of figuring that out. To continue that journey, grab your copy of Publishing Possibilities. It's an ebook that we have. It's free. I'll put the link in the description for you. Go grab that and let that help you. And then connect with industry resources. A moment ago, I talked about the IBPA's hybrid publisher criteria. The link is in the description. Go grab that. They have this beautiful PDF you can print out and look over, and bookmark that page, save it for later. So those are 3 actions I suggest you take to continue this journey. And you don't want to just watch a video and then do nothing. So this is what you can do, next steps to help you on your journey. So thank you for joining me today. I'm here to make your author journey easier and more successful.